Hello everyone, welcome to my web university. Today I'm gonna just continue with the video that I'm just posted. Today, apps in utility video number 14-1, and I'm going to do some more updates on it because video was an hour and a half. I did not finish some of the parts that I wanted to finish, so I'm gonna add on this video. Without further ado, let's get started with that video. As you can see that the discussion was on this PowerPoint presentation covering the three videos 14-1, -2, -3. 14-1 was on Ubuntu, apps and utility, -2 would be on Rocky Linux, and -3 would be on Red Hat Linux. So this was the video that I just posted, and it is an hour 30 minutes long on Ubuntu, but I thought that I should add some more features, and especially the updates, because I forgot to cover that part, as well as a few of the parts that needs more clarification. I'm going to correct those ones with additional information, so you could just see the part that was either missing on the 14.1, or I'll cover it with additional information on this update. So it is the same video, and I'm going to post thumbnails as video number 14-1 with dash update. So you know that what part that needed to be added on Ubuntu, I'll cover that one. The future video would be 14-2 on Rocky Linux, and then 14-3 on Red Hat Linux. Thanks for watching our channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, and let's go to Linux Ubuntu, and we could cover what I wanted to cover last time. So as you can see, my web university Linux Ubuntu is already running. So I'm gonna just authenticate to just kick in the screensaver away. And so now I'm on Linux Ubuntu. Through these icons, as you can see, one of the icons shows an application called LibreOffice Writer. LibreOffice Writer is the software that is free, open source, community provided, and it is free for just using, similar to the product of Microsoft Office, and it's called LibreOffice. It is very good software. It has all the tools that Microsoft has. For example, if you go under File, New, you have a text document, which is equivalent to Word document, a spreadsheet, which is equivalent to Excel spreadsheet, presentation, which is equivalent to PowerPoint, drawing, formula, HTML, XML, and there's so many of them. So for example, currently I'm on a text HTML. If I say, for example, LibreOffice is awesome, then I just put the exclamation mark, and I can highlight it, and just I say, okay, let's change the font size to bigger, and let's say I want to do it 28. You can see a change to that size. And if you want to bold it, you could do italicize it or underline it, italicize it or underline it, or just these are toggle switch. As you click on it, it is doing that one, and then all kind of information for it, and then different size of the font, and you can change it and everything. The coloring, you could do background coloring and foreground coloring. All of that information is available for you. So if I just go back here and change the font size again, making get a little bit bigger, you can see that it says LibreOffice is awesome. So if I just say close here, and I don't want to just do this one, don't save it, I can just have option to open other ones, like a spreadsheet, which would be Excel spreadsheet. So all the formulas here, you can write the formula, and you can write the cell information on every one of them. I'm not going to go through each of these Word or Excel or presentation, PowerPoint presentation, but I'm going to show you at least the interface. So if you click on this one, say open that as a template, and then you get the template, and you could work on it and each one of them is pretty nice. It's similar to Microsoft Office. So you could just say close it. I don't want to do any presentation at this time, and then you say new, let's say drawing. You can just do the drawing as well, and then all kind of drawing and other stuff that are here. You could just use these shapes or color to draw some shape and draw it. But then I'm going to say close it and don't save it, because I don't want to save anything at this time. So new, and then if you have an existing Word document or a spreadsheet or Excel, you can just open it. If you want to just open a new one, you click under File, New, and then under the New, you have option of selecting one of these applications. So a formula or XML or HTML, anything that you have there. Business card and labels, you can do all kind of things. So if you say, well, that's good, I can close this one, exit out LibreOffice, and then from the command line, you can also look for LibreOffice packages or software that is installed, but the icon is here. So if I just go back on the package managers and then say software on Ubuntu, and then a list of, I showed you on the Explorer, and you could click on the list of installed, and most likely LibreOffice is going to show on the list that is already installed. It's similar to Firefox. All the software that are installed here, like LibreOffice Impress is there, LibreOffice Draw is there, Calculator is there. Each one of them, you can click on uninstall if you want to not use it. You can just leave it there if you want to use all of them. Some other tools like Opera and then Chromium, you can see all of those ones are installed. And then you can also get it from command line for these options. So if I just minimize this one or even close this one, right click here, say open terminal. And on open terminal, let's say make the size a little bit bigger, and then CD to the current directory, clear my screen and say Debian PKG command dash S search, and then you could say LibreOffice. So if LibreOffice is package or found, you can see the list is really huge. So if I just say which LibreOffice, you can see that the binary is installed on the user bin LibreOffice. I can also type in LibreOffice since it's on the user bin and that's in my path, and that would just bring LibreOffice software here. And then the same thing with open file. As you can see, by default, you have Writer. If you want to open a Word document that I just showed you, you can just close it and then click on the calculator for calculator to open calc for like Excel kind of, and then you have Wizard to do some template also, so you can just do that as well. But notice here the Impress presentation, last time we opened this one, all these templates, you can just double click on it and you have it. So closing this one and then drawing, you can have the drawing, and then if you just do this, some of these shapes, everything that you have, you could just drop as many as you want and draw the shape that you want and the schematic that you draw, and when you're done, you save it. But at this time, I'm going to close it. I'm going to say, even the math formula, it has the formulas, and then you can just write all the operation, whether you want to do all kind of set operation, attributes, functions, and other ones. So all kind of functions, you have the function sine, cosine, tangent, cosine, hyperbola, a lot of these math functions that you have there. I'm not going to go through each one of these ones individually. So I'm going to close this one, and you can see the list is really good that you have it. So if I just close this one, say I'm done with this one, it will close it here. And then similarly, the Debian PKG-L give you, Debian PKG-L give you a list of all the packages that are on this one, and you can see by doing a list and then grep minus I LibreOffice. If there's any listing, you will see LibreOffice Writer and so on. All of them are there with calc and so on. So if I just look for a calc, and then the known there, LibreOffice dash calc, and then searching for LibreOffice dash calc will make my search unique, and then searching for writer would make my search unique for writer, and so on. All of them you can do the same kind of information. And then if you just say snap list, another package containerization that you can just look, for example, snap list, and then I want to see Chromium. So Chromium is already installed, and I say which Chromium, and then which Chromium. You have to type it correctly, and then Chromium, since it's under snap bin, I could say snap info and Chromium. That package will give me all the details of it. That says that it is a snapcraft.io. Chromium is where the package was, the store URL is. And so if I just clear the screen and say Chromium, since it's in the package, it's going to just open up the Google Chrome kind of Chrome browser. So here I am already on Chrome. I could say go to jpl.nasa.gov. That's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, NASA, and you have a nice kind of space exploration that you can see all kind of different cool images and multimedia there. So if I just say, okay, that's great, let me just close Chromium. You close it here, and then you say, what about snap list Opera? So Opera is also provided there. So I could say snap Opera, and then open Opera to see how the Opera is there. Similarly, you can see Firefox is there. So a lot of these packages and applications are there. Last time I wanted to show you, but I didn't get a chance. So I'm covering them right now. And then here, if I say go to google.com, it will just open google.com. And it is nice about the football, I think it is, Google, and then it's all soccer because women championship is going on, so World Cup. So that is something you can click on it and then watch the game as Spain versus England. So that is it is tomorrow at 3 a.m. in the morning. So that is good. We could watch that one. Tomorrow's off day. And then right here, you close this one, Chromium. You say quit Opera also. And then here say which Firefox. And then snap list Firefox. It is Firefox is also installed. The snap info Firefox. You can see Firefox packages as a container. It is all available information there. So I say either I could click on here on the GUI, or I just say Firefox here. Firefox is going to open and then run on the browser. And then here, if I just say go to my YouTube channel, which is https youtube.com/@mywebuniversity, then it's going to just open my web university, my channel on YouTube. And then that's the channel that is right now I'm showing you everything on it. And by default, it opens my page that you can just subscribe. It's a short video, but you can click on videos and a list of all the videos are available there. You are welcome to watch. And if you are interested, you would be subscribing it, so I could post more information and you will be the first one to receive it. I would appreciate your subscription and watching the videos. So this time I'm going to close the Firefox also, and then Firefox is gone also. If I want to just remove a package, I showed you all the snap stuff. And there at this time, I'm not going to show you the remove part, but let's just go to Ubuntu here, the software that is on the GUI. We looked at the Explorer. Under Explorer, there's utilities here. Under utilities, there's more packages that you could install. Look at the list. There's Apache Ant, and then City, and then there's a lot of them. Audacity, and then tools that are just for capturing your graphic images, monitoring your system. There's so many things. GNOME Calculator, you can install all of those ones. GNOME System Monitor, and so on. The list goes on and on. You can just either click on it to install it, or just go from the command line, install it, or remove it. It's up to you how you want it to do it, but the list is really huge. So I'm going to cover as much as possible to give you a general understanding within a video, and then from there you can just explore each of these apps and utilities separately by yourself. So if you look at here, and then the list of installed packages is a lot, and that all of the packages that are installed. And then on the Explorer, the list is you can just go by category and then just install the one that you want to install that interests you. You're welcome to do so. And if you click on the update, it says that Firefox needs to be updated, and then you can also do update all. This is a command is doing it, or from the command line that I mentioned that you could become root here, sudo su dash, and then I'm logging as root. Now I'm logged on at my web university with root id-ug is showing me. I'm sorry, id-u. Let me clear the screen here. id-un is giving me root on ID dash group name, also showing me root. So if I say ID-A for all, it shows that get end password root is there. Similarly, if I say backtick and then say ID-U n, it will run the same command. And similarly, if I say $, and then use the subshell ID-UN, and then that would give you the same output here. But as I mentioned to you on the command like grep and egrep and fgrep and other ones, through the alias, I will just explain that one also. Since I did login as root, I'm gonna do app update. When you do app update, it's gonna go to the repository, which is on a directory for the etc app, and it's gonna just say what is the system needs to be updated. So it says app list dash dash upgrade upgradable. So I'm gonna say app list dash dash upgrade debo, and then that's showing you what is all the list of the upgradable there. And then at this time I'm gonna just say update, and then let me just see, reading package list done, building dependency done, and then 85 packages can be upgraded. And then I just saw that one. So the information that you could do is dash on dash y is saying that force it. Let's see, this time it's not doing it, but I'm gonna come here and just say update all, and then provide my password. Upgradable, then that means you can also do a upgradable or upgrade. So right here, when I did the command, the GUI, it is just installing it. Let's see if it finishes and you get the green light after this. It is. And then when we do the app space update, it will just say that the system is up to date. But right now it is saying 287 and says update all. Now application update all is done. And then I'm going to click on this one to say update all. Unable to update a Firefox. and Snap has no update available. So when the Snap does not have any update, the latest one is there maybe. So I could say Snap list Firefox, and that's the version. So if I say Snap update Firefox, what we could do is remove Firefox, and there's no update, so there's a refresh. A refresh will just do it as no update available, and that's similar to the other one. So I could also say Snap remove Firefox, and just temporarily remove it, and then reinstall it. It will just look at whatever is available there on the repository, and I'll just install it fresh. And then I could have done Firefox -- version to see what is the current version, and then after the installation was the version. But since Chromium and Opera and other ones I could install, and then Firefox does not have to be having the latest one when the latest is not available. So right now it is a little bit slow, and it is trying to just remove it. Let's see if this package also disappears. The icon disappears when it is done for the removal. At the meantime, I'm going to open another terminal while this one is running, because I don't know how long it is going to take. I will show you some more commands that I wanted to show you on last video. On last video, I covered that alias, and I said you can do a grep minus n, for example, for search for the word, let's say, alias. And then the word alias is occurred on every line, as you can see. And then if I wanted to do like egrep, I could also search for another word like color, and then it was showing all of that. But at this time, let's do the other command, which was rep grep. The rep grep was the package that I installed. So I installed it to root apt list rep grep. This one was the package that I installed it. And then if I say which are rep grep, and then or rep grep -- help had all these syntax. One of the syntax for was if I create the file called let's say I just say alias itself, and then I say rep grep, and then search for the word alias, it should detect all the lines there. But if I want to see the line number also, then I would type in -n. I showed you this, and then I said, what if you want to replace it from one string to the other one? So let's say I want to change the word here, the alias, I want to change it to something like -r for replace, and then change it to Wahid. So this is just changing the alias to Wahid, but it is not actually happening on the command alias. Because that is not a file, and even if you create a file, it will not do and replace in place. So let's do this. I say alias, and I'm going to say send it to a file called alias.txt. Now cat -n alias.txt. It has 9 lines. So if I say regular rep grep, and then rep grep -n, the word alias, it is finding it, but then at the same time, I just don't need to cat it. I could just say regular expression this alias, and then change it to replace it to word Linux, or just change it to Wahid, like I showed you last time. I want to just give the same example. But now we're going to give the name of the file called alias.txt. And notice that it did change the word alias on every occurrence of the line to Wahid. But if I just cat -n alias.txt, you see that the word alias is there, it's not replaced. or if I just say, let me just clear the screen here. I just don't see the bottom of the screen, that's why. So here, that is the file. If I just change that one to the word, say, grep, and then -n, and the word alias from that, you can see this is still having the alias. It did not change it to Wahid. So I showed you last time set command that you can replace the content of a file from one string to another one. Let's show you that. First, I'm gonna say set, and then I'm gonna say -e for the substitution, and then I'm gonna say substitute the word alias to the word Wahid. So you're saying search for alias or substitute from the string alias to string Wahid, and you need this slash. And then if there's too many occurrences, you have to type in all occurrences. So each column that has the word alias will be changed to the word Wahid. So in this case, I'm going to say alias.text, but notice that this file, it changes in place. Now, if I say cat alias.text, it is still, sorry, cat, let me just run that command again. So this one, I did it on the terminal because we did it to that file. But if I want to see the actual file was not touched. Why was not touched? Because I did not say the syntax of -i here, meaning the end place. So -i will be end place. Now say cat alias.text. It's changed. So now if I want to just do the same command that I did last time, alias is not there. So alias.text, sorry, let me, and then cat alias.text. So now you see that it changed to Wahid. I want to change it back from Wahid to other one. So all I have to do is change this word, say change Wahid to back to alias, and then it will change it. So now cat alias.text, it is just back to that. So the replacement, if you want to do a replacement with set, it's really good using the -i flag. And if there's more occurrence to that one, I showed you already in the previous video, you can do more than one occurrence of something to just change it to something else. So like, for example, clear screen, ls-l, let's say clear screen here, ls-l, and then head -5, and then send that output to a file called t.text. So now cat t.text, it has 5 lines. Notice that Wahid is the owner and also the group of that one. So if I change one occurrence only, I could say set -i -e, and then do substitution and put the word Wahid in lowercase, and then just do the same thing to, let's say, change it to something as like W-Lutfi. W-Lutfi, then I could just say, go ahead, change it to W-Lutfi. And then if I don't do it globally, it only changed the first line. So that one, and then finish it, and t.text is the output. So cat t.text now, and only change the first line here. Okay, so if I just do the same ls-l and rewrite that file, now t.text is there. This time I'm going to do more than one occurrence, so I have to do G globally. This is the difference. Now cat t.text have changed every line of it. So notice that if I want to do, this is the file. If I want to change that one back to from W-Lutfi to Wahid, I'm going to change it to uppercase Wahid, W. So this is there. and then cat t.text. And notice that if you're looking at that one, everything is uppercase W. So this time, if I change the same syntax here with lowercase w, which is this, it's not gonna do it because that is not a match. So I have to either type in uppercase W here, or just say ignore case here, there. So let's do uppercase W and then cat t.text. It has the uppercase W changed. So if I want to do this one, say I'm gonna write the whole thing uppercase W Lutfi to change it to lowercase Wahid. This will not do it because the match is not happening on the file. So W Lutfi uppercase is not found. But if I just do this one, ignore the case, and then do that t.text, then it did it. So whether you write it W Lutfi in uppercase or a lowercase, when you type in this I, ignoring the case, set is smart enough to figure out the rest of them, and it is doing an in place for you here. And then there's a lot of other options with set that where you can delete lines and so on. So if like this is desktop is the word that you want to search and then replace it at the same time, you could do it. Or maybe if you want to get rid of this end of line, then you can just say set minus I minus E. And then if you don't want to do it in place, then you could say minus E and then search for $sign and then D. This $sign mean end of line here. And then just the name of the file is called t.text. And then that get rid of the desktop here. But if you want to just do it in place, and now if you look at the cat in the file, it does not have that information. I mean, it has the same information desktop. But if you want to do it in place, like the $sign we did here, you have to do a minus I here. So now cat t.text does not have the desktop information because we say deleted the end of line here. So the set stream editor is very cool. You can also use it inside them, VI improve, and also under VI you can use it. Or there's a lot of stuff you can do that with it. So the update should be done now. So if I refresh this screen, if there's any update that is not done, it will just show that your system is up to date. When your system is up to date, if you, on your command line, on the GUI command line terminal, if I just run the same command, say update, it will say that system is up to date. So I don't need to run it, but it just itself command line says that run apt less dash upgrade depot to see them. And I see all of those ones that are ready for upgradable. And when we did the update, it is already up to date, the system. So that is good. Clear the screen. I'm gonna do apt. So with the apt, you can say apt dash help, and you can see the option that is there. Update is there and upgrade is there. Upgrade the system to install upgrading. So the fact that it tells us that do the upgrade. So instead of the update, we are going to say upgrade. Upgrade is going to try to upgrade all the system. We say, yeah, go ahead, update all those packages that are listed for dash upgradable, and you will be fine with it there. And I believe these are the parts that I wanted to cover on the other video that somehow I didn't get a time, or there was a little bit not clear on some part of the replacement on rep grep and other ones. But if it is not there, we just figure it out. It's not a rocket science here that we have to do it. It's just software and then all of these ones are already on the system, installed and configured, and has been working for a number of years. And then the repository of the Red Hat, I mean the Linux Ubuntu is important also. So etc app, the directory here, we have all the repository information. The file that you want to see is sources.list, and that is all the packages that are there for Debian packages. So if I just do sources.list and say grep minus v, and then match out anything that is stored with a pound on the first column, then the one that are not listed, I say dash v, meaning that escape the one that are matched with pound. If there's a pound on it, that means it's commented out. So those repository will not be in use, but these are the repositories that are active. Debian, HTTP, archive.ubuntu. So these are the packages that when I do apt list or apt commands or apt remove, apt install, it will consult the repository of Red Hat, which is on this directory, and this is the file sources.list. So that is important to know. And then since the system is up to date, this other one eventually will finish, and it says our system is up to date. When we do the update, that dash upgrade will not be showing because we did a update upgrade here, and then that would complete this one. But let's see, it might take a little bit of time. I'll just wait for it to make sure that we're not just missing anything else. And at the same time, I'll remind myself what I need to do. And this is these dots when it's going to get closed fast. Upgrading initial RAM files system. This is the initial RAM file system for booting the GNOME shell, Ubuntu desktop, all of these packages that are done. Now it's all up to date. So if I just say upgrade, it says your system is up to date. And it's zero upgradable, nothing is ready. If I just say dash update here, it will say your system is up to date. And the list of dash upgrade is still there. So if I could just run that command right here, upgradable, it says just only those two. And there's one is GIS, Jammy, and the other one is DS. And let me just do apt upgrade to see if they need to be done. Actually, it doesn't see that one. You can verify the status of the security fixes using Profix or Profix using that. So Jammy update upgradable from 1.4. So some of these ones, if it the system upgrade didn't work on it, and then you're not using those packages, you don't need to worry about it. And then if at some point it hits you, then you can investigate further to see what package or a dependency is missing. And then if there's nothing missing, because the graphical user interface shows you your system is up to date here. If I just show it, it says loading updates, and then this could take a while, and eventually it says your system is up to date. So with that in mind, I'm gonna finish the video for Linux Ubuntu. If you need to install additional software, obviously you can go there, and then if you want to run some commands, cool commands, there's always these cool stuff to do also. Last time we ran the commands on the root partition. This time I'm gonna run from the command line. Just let's say we're gonna do a list. Remember the exa command, exa-l, it will give you this, and then if I just say -3, it will give me a 3 binary. But I want to just do that one on the flash user partition. Like if user sban, all the directories that are there, user and user sban and user include, all of them will be running for a while. And you see now how cool it is, how nice it is, how fast it is. because we're doing just the reportation. And it was completed really fast. So I could say word count minus L to see how many files are on that directory. With this one, it says, wow, 273,000 files just on the user. And imagine if I do it on the root partition throughout your system to say how many files is installed with Linux Ubuntu. Just 273,000 under user. And the rest of the system, you will see a lot of it. And then while that one is running, I could just come back on this terminal, clear my screen here, and say app list, and then word count minus L. This will be fast, and it will give me a list of all the applications that are installed. 76,711 files or packages. And then if I just do snap list, and then do a word count on it, that's not that much. It's smaller, 23 of them. And if I just want to see all of them, I could do 5 more because 23 of them is there. And last time, I believe one of the software that I did, I later on saw that one was also part of the Snap package. Either was Elements or something that I wanted to show you. When I watched the video myself, I saw that, yeah, this was also part of the Snap. It was one of the packages that we wanted to show you. And then I saw that one that was already installed. So, and the list is big. And then let me just do a 5 more and read the line, see what it was. Publisher is there, Canonical, all of this one, Mozilla, Canonical, and so I'm gonna just say another utility that's very useful is when you do this kind of command, if you say awk and then print $1, you only get the list of the names that you want to get. So the names are Bear, Chromium, this, Core 18, Cups, Firefox, GNOME. Yeah, Golden Dictionary was the one that I was showing you that I installed it and it didn't install there. OpenGDK for Java stuff that is there. So a lot of the GCC and Python and other packages are there. Python 3 -- version, you can see it is there. So IPython is there, and then you can just run the IPython. There's magic. There's commands. You can clear a screen, say for item and range of let's say 10, 50, 5, 5, and then say print F, and then the string can say the number is, and then we say item here, and then just to print that one, and then you can see that the number is 10, 15, 20. So as you just go through the range, it will increment it. If I want to create a list, let's say X is equal for X for X and range of 100, I could just print the range, and now X has those elements. And if I say for X, if right here, if X module 2 is equal 0, that's only printing the even numbers. So that is there. And if I just change the size here to say 10, X is there. Notice that print X will just give me in rows. So if I change this one to 100, and then I say print X, this will just be in that format, rather than X with a column wise vertically. So printing X, clear the screen, and then you could just say, okay, printing X, that was this. And if I just change this one to 1,000 or 10,000, that X is really huge. So printing X in this case would be better, but you notice that the numbers are really huge. So as you increase the value of this array or the range to a bigger number, the X is getting so huge, and then you can just say print X, and then you get those numbers, a very large number. So there's a lot of things you can do with these cool stuff. And then another one is Jupyter Lab that you can start there. Another one is like a PyCharm IDE. We can start those ones. And there's a lot of other utilities and apps, Apache Web Server that I'm going to cover on Apache side. But let's get back here. And now notice that one is 937,000 files altogether. And that is just a listing of all the files on the system. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you the OS release. And if I just do a laugh out loud cat command, it shows you every time you print it in a different color. And if you want to do that one with other utilities, you have to install the utility. One other nice utility on this one is say show fed fonts. These are all the fonts that is supported here. And then show fig fonts, you can see if I just say show fig fonts, and then at the same time I'm interested on this font itself. So I could say just grep minus I, and then minus I, and then for colon. And now I have only the fonts here. Notice the fonts has in front of it a colon. So I'm looking at awk or gawk, GNU awk or gawk or new awk. Each one of them you can use that one. If you use awk, that's awk scripting that you can do it. You can also use GNU awk, which is the GNU version of awk, and then new awk, that's a new awk. So with more tools, but each one of them, they provide you something. So if I say print $1, and then this one is going to give me the name of the field here. Let me just say gawk print. The gawk, it looks like it's not installed with gawk. Is not installed, but awk is by default come with it. So I could do that one, but if I want to show interest on apt install gawk, that's the GNU awk, then I say go ahead and install it. Now gawk is the GNU version of awk is going to be available with gawk, and then now I can run the same command that I did earlier with gawk, and it will do the same thing. So now I did that one. What is this going to buy me? So I could say, while read font, I'm going to put it into a word font as a variable font. And then I say do, and say echo working on $font. And now, and then I'm going to say date. And then, and just after that one, sleep 2 seconds. And then I say figlet -C for center, -F for font, and $font. And then I'm just going to put the word hello as the string. And then say date, and then sleep another second, and then done. So now it's going to wait 2 seconds. Then it's gonna do that one, and then working on a big font, and it's gonna do that one. Somehow the figlet did not run the command to run the actual command with a font here. So I'm gonna just see why it didn't do the actual command. It is showing the font, but it says unable to PM, something unable to Okay, so something is there wrong. I'm gonna just correct that one. Figlet not found, I think it is. Unable Figlet. Let me just control C about it and say Figlet font unable to open font file. Okay, somehow the font file is not getting it. Maybe because of the there's a space on it after that one, I believe, and that is what's going on. So clear the screen. Let's do this one and then say send this one to the org, and then send this one to a file called t.text. Now t.text has this. If I want to see the content of the t.text, I could say cat t.text. I could see that one, but I want to see if there's any spatial character. So I could say -e, -a, and then t.text. Now you can see for after each one of them, there's a new line character, which is working fine. So if I just say cat t.text, and let's say the banner, I could say let -c and then -f banner, and then I put hello, it's gonna do it. So the only thing that I was missing on my command line, I believe, is if I go back here on the command line, this hello, it has to be within the double quote, because and then the hello, whether double quote or not, the font, I meant braces here and I put double quote here. So that was the reason. Now it's going to show for each font properly. As it goes there, it works on the, it writes the hello in different fonts, and it says working on the font name now, and then it's gonna write it. For example, it says working on bubble now, and it writes it in bubble hello. And similarly for other fonts, script and other ones. So, and these are utilities that are cool, that makes your work environment fun, and you know, you could enjoy it. You could also install games if you love to play games. And so enjoying computers nowadays is more fun, and then it's more modernized because it's a graphical user interface as well as command line, and give you a lot of features and functionality that in the past that was not available. Whether you're using Windows or Linux, they're your friend. If you know the command line, they're your best friends. If you know the GUI line, they're your best friends. So don't be afraid to use it, and enjoy it and have fun. Take care, have fun, and make sure that don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, so I could put more cool stuff for you, so you enhance your career for school as well as work. Take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.